come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top on the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up.
Back up.
I had to get back up.
I can't take no loss. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm litty. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spend. Better kill it and did it again. But the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they soldier chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first up the edge like I don't know no feel. See the pain deep in my eyes, they know it's real. Yeah, been this way, right before the deal. Yeah, say this one for your photo real. Blessing after testing, I'ma show them skills. You ain't gotta tell me, I know I'm ill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah, how about it? How about it? You want it, you have it, you got it. Go snatch it, skirt the lot. Go ahead, jump it, how about it, how about it? Rep for your bro, for your post, department, your projects. Pain driven, itching, drumming. Look how far we coming. Heartbeat on the streets, you can do it. Ain't built for the weekend, sweet. This sugar, one man army, but get deep. Watch what you doing. I ain't damaged goods, damn out the clay. You wish you could. I do this for the family, I might just blow my wheel. I'm keeping it so for real. Who feeling that glowing hill? I'm giving they souls the chills. My jewelry code is chill. Stories treacherous, I effortlessly show them skills. Yeah. Hit first up the edge like I don't know no.
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open.
I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. I score up in the end zone, do my dance all on a hater. A mover and a shaker, you a novice, I'm a player. I'm from DC, but I'm running through and sacking like a raider. 2 chains on my neck, one for now and one for later. If we don't play fair, baby, we play for keeps. You can pass me up, this is not a bye week. I'm looking for a trophy competition, looking steep. Yeah, I'm training, I've been focused, I've been bombing from the deep. I'm like, move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Move the needle for the city like the championships. All my records go hard, this a champion hit. I've been working for this moment like I've been in the gym. Jumping all over hurdles, I'm evading the pit. Head to head with anybody, take them, I can shake them. I invite them to the fire, then I bake them, I'ma break them. I'm a Hall of Fame legend, they should go and hang my jersey. Made to put in work, I don't think they really heard me like. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains. Ain't no stopping me, ain't no topping me. I am up, #1 seed, ain't nobody popping up. Got a squad of gorillas from the jungle suited up. You kicking off against me, hope you ready, get it up. I be booted up, popping out a sprinter or a truck. Whole team chasing bags while they chasing us. Calling audible, I read the game, I think it's time to switch. You get hit, if I miss, then my teammates got the blitz, yeah. Move the chains, I'm about to make a play. Move the chains, tell them get about the way. Move the chains, I'm about to win the game. Move the chains, baby, tell them move the chains.
Tell me what you want, what you need. Tell me what you wanna give. How much blood would you bleed? I'ma tell you I'm a misconceiver, I'm a believer. Someone better kick my fever. Tell me it's all
Coach, the weather this time of year in the South, perfect. Fall football weather, and we've got the roof wide open here at Mercedes-Benz Stadium in the heart of Georgia. Nothing like the fanfare of introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Carolina Panthers and the Atlanta Falcons. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
Let's go.
Ready? Get set, ready?
Mike 45. I got you, son. Check 24, check 24.
Gun, gun.
First carry of the game for Christian McCaffrey. And they're able to get this one across the 35. 13 yards, first down, Panthers. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38.
He's coming. Double up. He's coming. Double up.
Here's McCaffrey. And Duke Riley will get credit for the tackle.
What's the old expression, 3 yards in a cloud of dust? In this case, it's dust-covered pellets. It's no longer that old grass that we used to play on, right, and chew it up. Now we've got that artificial surface. You see the pellets go up. Still a nice play by the defense.
From the 41, Newton, quick slant, caught by Moore. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. 12 yards there and a first down.
This has to go down as one of the simpler routes in the playbook, but oh so effective. Nice completion there. Keeps the sticks moving.
On first down, this is McCaffrey. He'll get about 4 here, down to the 43-yard line.
I call that play a success. A nice inside run sets up a very manageable second down. A very solid gain on that play.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D.
Gun.
45. Mike 40.
Newton to throw. That's going to be caught by Samuel. And he's going to get this inside the 30. And that's going to be good for another first down as the tackle's made at the Falcons' 29-yard line.
Nice methodical opening drive here. They're already into field goal range. They're in a good spot. You know that people like to take a shot in this part of the field. But at the same time, as methodical as they've been, they might want to run the ball a little bit here too.
And just on the outskirts of the red zone, they have options now. Either way, though, they've come out with a purpose. On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be 2nd down.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
On 2nd and 9, Newton, they'll roll him out, and he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Desmond Trufant with a sack. The corner blitz hits home.
Well, nothing takes a start to have a good drive quite like a big loss on a sack, does it?
No, now they're looking at a 3rd and long, and suddenly the momentum shifted to the other side of the football.
And old Mo is a very, very fickle man.
So now Cam leads the Panthers up following the sack. Carolina facing 3rd and long.
Here we go again.
Ready?
Lunch 59. Come on. Yeah, let's get set lunch.
A shotgun snap for Newton. Trying to lay one up deep. And that'll wind up incomplete. Bold play call there. Now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
Ryan and the Falcons now come up 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. Out of the gun, it's Ryan. Throw left side complete. That's Gray. And he's able to get out to the 32, brought down there.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up 2nd and 7 at the 32-yard line.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
Watch his flag. Watch his flag. 58.
Now it's Ryan. Jones has it. That throw good for only a couple. It brings up 3rd down.
One thing we do know, he's going to get his catches. So as they move forward defensively, got to continue to focus on not giving up the big play when he does catch the ball in the secondary.
It's our time.
From the gun on 3rd down, Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. When you give up points on the opening drive, in this case a field goal, you'd hate to go 3 and out. They avoid that.
They do, and it's also walking that fine line mentally, too, as a coach, isn't it? Because you want to emphasize to your team exactly what you said. All right, we gave up a field goal. Let's go back and at least equal that, guys. But if we don't, you don't want to feel like it's the end of the world either. Nice that they were able to pick up the 1st down there, help them relax a little bit.
So after the big play, look at this, all the way down at the 15 now on 1st and 10.
Hey, we got 3 down. Hey, box truck. 43, ready to go.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This will be caught just inside the 10. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. A good pickup there, 8 yards on the 1st down completion. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
51, sub. 25.
They'll run for the first time with Devontae Freeman. And he'll be brought down this time at the 5-yard line. Well, we looked at each other right when he flinched. We knew that that flag was coming.
Yeah, offsides, easy call, mark off the 5, and keep it moving.
So it's still 1st and goal, but now they get to try from a bit closer.
Watch the slant. Check. Check 43.
Ryan on the handoff. It's Freeman. And he will take it in for a Falcon touchdown. Devontae Freeman, his 11th touchdown of the year. And the Falcons have taken the lead. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. And that makes it a 7-3 lead. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Tavecchio. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he is out of bounds here on the return.
Let's go. Do it.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to be played. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're first place in their division. Looking good, looking to be a threat come January.
And let's think about what every team has in their goals, all right? Number 1 goal is what? Make the playoffs. Number 2 goal is win your division. Number 3 goal, and the biggest goal, I think, is to be the highest seed possible that you can be heading into the playoffs so that you can have as many home games as possible to try and get you to the Super Bowl.
And right now fighting for everyone possible to try to at least secure home field for the wild card and or divisional round.
Out of bounds at the 45-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
After 1, 7-3 the score on EA Sports. Panther football to start quarter number 2 as they've got it with a 2nd and 3 forthcoming. To throw again on second down. Newton, he's going to look deep for more. And that's going to wind up incomplete. However, we do have a flag down. Let's check in with our referee.
Ready? Ready? 45. I got you. Great. Ready?
On 1st and 10, Newton. Bryant has it. And he'll take it down here just shy of the 15 at the 16-yard line. That one good for 10 yards. And it'll be second and very short.
That looked like a pretty good route combination there because you've got to find a way to clear the guy running the drag. Because when you do, you can just put the ball on him and then let him run.
Yeah, he's got some space.
Check. Undercut. Watch the edge.
On second down, McCaffrey. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. That second down play nets a -4.
We all have habits. We can be somewhat predictable, and you know me pretty well on second down and short. What I like to see.
Play action.
Yeah, without a doubt. I thought that was a great spot to call it. Instead, didn't go their way, did it?
No, defense sold out for the run. Worked out well. From the gun on third down, Newton. And he finds a man. It's McCaffrey. And he'll have the first down, getting this one to the 14-yard line. They get 6 on the pickup there as the drive will continue. On first down, Newton. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. DJ Moore with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Panthers are going to jump back in front. Extra point try good by Godot. And the lead is now 10-7. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. This fielded at the 2. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 38-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And that last drive, a long drive, but not just that, they had a great air attack going. Do they stick with that?
I would think that they would, because if they were confident enough to do it on the last drive, starting backed up in their own territory, why would you change anything? They've got to be confident about what they're presenting and continue to do so.
Yeah, because the secondary, they really look clueless.
And that was amazing because that drive went, no adjustments, and no big plays by the defense to knock the ball away.
Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards. Now a quick slant as the throw's complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 43.
That was a nicely run slant route, and what the receiver's trying to do is make the defender think he's going upfield for a deeper route, and then breaks it off, usually after about 3 to 4 steps, and cuts towards the middle of the field. And now what he's trying to do is use his body to keep the defender away from the football and give the quarterback a really nice target.
That first down completion only netted him 3. 2nd and 7.
21. Get up.
Ryan will throw again. Dancing to his left. And he's just going to get rid of this thing. To no one here. He throws it away. And now it's 3rd.
Oh, I like that right there. Not only was it the right play, throwing it away like that, frankly, I think it was the only play.
Yeah, got outside of the pocket, realized he had nothing, just chucked it free.
Yeah, live to fight another down, right?
On 3rd down, Ryan. Oh, it's intercepted. He was trying to get it to Ridley. Picked up by the former first-rounder Trey Waynes. And his guys will take over at the 25-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And they're hoping to redo their efforts in the last drive when they got into the end zone.
And just think of what it's like now on the sideline, because when you score a touchdown, you have to go over and look at the tablet and see what you did on the last drive. When you scored points, it's a whole lot better view than when you're trying to figure out how to fix things there.
A good run, got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3.
8, 20.
Newton going to hand it off to McCaffrey. And he'll be tackled right on the chalk of the 45. 12 yards there and a first down.
Now, this is an example of breaking down a defense, because on a lot of these runs, he's getting past the point of attack, and guess what he's doing? Forcing the secondary guys to have to make a lot of tackles.
Gun. Great.
On first down, it's Newton. Gets this to his running back. It's Christian McCaffrey. The ball's out. McCaffrey lost it.
Wow, that ball gets knocked free, but a teammate comes along and scoops it up. It's almost like baseball. Guys at bat, people are on base in scoring position. One guy doesn't get him home. The next guy comes through and picks him up.
And avoids the turnover. The 20. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. 28 yards the gain there on the catch and run.
Gun.
It's caught by Bryant. And they'll bring him down at the 18-yard line. Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter.
Ready. Great. Get the ball. Hey, look, 3.
To the air again, Newton. Under pressure, and he'll go down. Back at the 26-yard line. Duke Riley in there to take him down on what will take us to the 2-minute warning. 2 minutes remaining in the first half. 10-7, our score. We'll remind you that coming up at halftime, we'll join Jonathan Coachman and the gang in Orlando. Coach will have stats and scores from the early games going on here around the NFL. 3rd and long, it's Newton. Cam fighting, he lost the football, it's out, and the Falcons grab it, and they are going to set up shop at the 40-yard line. Holding on to the football becoming a little bit of an issue. He had 2 fumbles last week, remember.
I played for a guy that used to talk all the time about creating turbulence in the pocket, making the quarterback jumpy, make him antsy, keep getting after him a little bit, and make sure he thinks about holding on to the ball because you're going after him.
A running play on first down, and it turns into a fight just to get back to the line of scrimmage. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts. So as they take it over, we step aside.
Check. Hey, South. Mike, check. 59.
Throwing on second down. Ryan, flush to his right. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important 3rd down.
Ready. 25. 20. Tie it right. 3 down. Keep 15. Hey, echo. Hey, 59, ready. Ready, we go. 25.
From the shotgun, Ryan. Under pressure again, and down he goes again. Now the Panthers going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. And he gets this away, and look at this. This is a good one. And he'll take this in at the 1-yard line. Not a big deal on that one. Just your everyday 67-yard punt. And the Panthers will have a 1st and 10 from deep in their own territory. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And last drive, obviously not what you're looking for. You've got the lead. You've got to protect the football.
So in other words, someone got lucky because they've been moving the ball really well and wearing them down. In this case, though, giving up the football Doesn't make them very happy. They can't wait to get back out there and atone for it.
Yeah, try to atone for it here on this drive. 8 yards the tally on that first down run. Here's 2nd and 2. Here's Newton. And he coughs up the football near his own goal line. And the Falcons grab it. And this is going to be brought back. It's a scoop and score for the Falcon TD. Second time he's lost a fumble. This one hurts more. It's returned for 6.
He's been under a lot of duress, hasn't he? Pressured, hurried, harassed the whole game.
Well, the offensive line not giving him a lot of help.
Not a lot of help, but the bottom line, he's got to take care of the football.
Tavecchio good on the extra point. And the lead is now 14-10. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Panthers take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. And now with still more than a minute to go in what's been a tight game, you figure we'll try to see them move the ball downfield.
And remember, they get the kickoff to start the second half, so this is a golden opportunity for them to go down there and put up a couple of 6s. Back-to-back, what a momentum swing that would be.
Yeah, you might be able to get a 2-for-1 without ever even giving up the football. Open man is Samuel, complete. And the ball is knocked out, and the Falcons grab it. And he'll return it to the 24-yard line. Well, he did what he's known for. He made the catch, then he turned into a runner, took the contact, and coughed it up.
And all I remember as a player, when they catch the ball, when those acrobatic guys catch it, you have to make them pay sometimes. You have to put it on them, big tackle, knock the ball free, anything you can do to slow them down.
Check, 59.
This is Freeman on 1st and 10. And he is brought down at the 22 after a gain of 2, and it brings up 2nd down.
2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8 at the 22-yard line.
22!
On 2nd down, Freeman. And he's taken down after a gain of 3 as they move it from the 22 to the 19. Try to get one more in here before the quarter breaks. And we're going to get a timeout with 2 seconds remaining in the second quarter. So with 2 ticks left here in the half, on is the field goal unit. It'll be from the right hash, and it'll be a 36-yarder. Tavecchio puts this one through, and that will do it for this first half. So we have reached halftime with a touchdown. That's the difference on the scoreboard. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach. The Falcons back to receive. They've got the lead, and they'll get this football as the second half gets underway. This is fielded at the goal line. And he's up past the 20 to the 22-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 22-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. They have the lead. Now they'll be looking to extend that lead.
And this is where I enjoy talking about one of my favorite subjects, tendency breakers, or counters as I also like to call them. You've done things in a certain way in the first half, and they've had ability to see what you've done. They're going to make their adjustments. So guess what? You adjust yourself and try and stay ahead of the pace because you are looking for some separation in this ball game.
The adjustment to the adjustment.
Without a doubt. Show them one thing, hit them with something else.
From the 24, Ryan gets it off to Freeman. And he's taken down but able to slip across the 35. Give him 14 on that one and a first down. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10.
1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Ryan. Looking left side, and he's got a man. It's Freeman. And he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And it'll bring up a 2nd and 13.
He's coming. Check Hey, 59, ready. Mike, 28. Mike, 28. There we go. Got it. See, we got to get to the ball. Let's keep moving. Convert. 25.
Here's Ryan. And finding the tight end Hooper. 19 yards to pick up there. Move the chains.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him, because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice gain.
Hey, exit. Got it. 43.
Now Ryan on first down. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete. The Pro Bowl wideout Julio Jones, his intended receiver. And that'll bring up second down.
It's always a battle. Who's going to win on first down, the offense or the defense? Let's face it, if you've got the ball, 4 yards or more on first down is what you're aiming for. They tried to throw for it there. Nice effort to knock that one away and bring up second down.
So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. To throw again, Ryan. And that's complete. It's the tight end Daniels. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 30.
When this offense can get their tight ends involved, they can move the football. Here, a nice route, able to look it in, and picks up the first down.
Ryan now, 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. To throw again is Ryan. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Brian Burns, he's the culprit, and that is now his 13th sack of the season as his great year continues. After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here.
Space. Ringo. Check. 54. Mike, 50. Go.
Gonna give this time to the tailback. In on the tackle there, Luke Kuechly.
Looks to me like maybe there's a little attrition setting in with this drive, because when you see that type of a run, I get the feeling the defense gets a little bit tired.
And that's the last thing they need, especially when they look up at the scoreboard.
54, south.
Back to the ground, this time with Freeman. And the reinforcements come in as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th.
It's real easy to say this running game needs to be better, but the reality is they've been given little time to actually find a place to run the football. It's almost like the defense is there on the handoff.
And his kick is good. Oh, he just did tuck it into the bottom of that left corner. And they double him up here. That makes our score 20-10. These kickers now, it's like we take them for granted. Kicks like that used to be such a big deal, and now you just expect them to make it.
Yeah, you're exactly right, and we shouldn't take them for granted, but I have a theory about it. You want to hear it?
Yep.
They are more athletic now than ever before. Talk about kickers. Trace their backgrounds, trace their histories. You'll find that they were big-time athletes all along, but their kicking was so prevalent that we made them specialists.
And now those 50-plus yarders seem easy for some reason. Looking for more there on first down, but this throw downfield, incomplete. Curtis Samuel, the one he was looking for. And now it's 2nd down.
Ready? Get it. Mike, 59. I can't believe they let you play.
McCaffrey. And this one goes nowhere. Losing yardage back at the 22. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Check my 45. Man, that's trash. That's trash. 45. Great. Watch the screen. Ball shot. 45 to Mike. Check 45.
Back to throw, Newton. He throws and he hits the slant route to Thomas. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. It's a Panthers first down, 17 yards on the play. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Shotgun handoff now to McCaffrey. He's got a first down and then some at midfield. And he'll take this into the end zone. Touchdown, Carolina. Christian McCaffrey, his 9th touchdown of the season, as they are now just an extra point away from making this a 3-point game. Gano the extra point, and that will shave one more off this lead. So just a 3-point game now as they send this one away. Fielded about a yard deep.
Let's go, baby. Let's go.
Take over 1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
About set to begin their next drive, the Falcons offense at the line. And fortunate to get points on the board last time. They had to hit a really long field goal to do so.
The kickers in today's game are so good and so skilled and hit from distances that we almost start to take them for granted, and we can't do that. That's a long field goal that they got 3 points out of. They've got to feel good about that, and they better make sure they love him up because he's helped them out.
Yeah, now we'll see if that offense can put 6 on the board here. We'll see.
It's 2nd and 8 at the 30-yard line.
Final minute now of the 3rd quarter.
I got him. Check 9, check 9. 54, south. 21. Let him go.
Looking to throw again on 2nd down. Ryan. Finding Green complete. And they're going to have another first down as the tackle's made at the Panthers' 45-yard line.
And this is why trying to cover the angle route is so difficult. Anyone playing the linebacker position, when they see a running back out of the backfield widen because he heads towards the flat first, oftentimes you widen too much and overcommit. He cuts up inside, and that's what we saw there. A nice pickup for a first down.
And that'll be incomplete. We do have a penalty flag down, however. Let's see what that's about. They lose the yardage, and, of course, they also lose the down on the grounding call, and it's quickly 2nd and long. After the penalty, here's Freeman. And an alley to run. And he'll get across midfield and into Carolina territory.
All right, that's a decent game there, but it hasn't been his best game overall. So I wonder what the mindset is of his team. Do they want him to handle the football and try and close this game out? Or are they going to make an alternative plan and maybe go in a different direction?
I think they need him, and this is his time to shine. The Falcons on 3rd down. They've only converted once in 4 tries. This is 3rd down and 12.
Bravo. Right there. 54. Right there. 54, Mike. Here we go. You draw portraits. Mike's by 4. Space. Just like that. 54, Mike. Get out.
Out of the gun, it's Ryan.
Let's go, defense. Here we go.
And they will finally stop him, but a great return. Gets that football all the way down to the 16-yard line. A critical error there in a tight game of the 4th.
All you talk about is taking care of the football, and especially with a lead here in the 4th quarter, turning it over, now the door is open for the opposition.
Just in general, when you're passing in the 4th quarter with a lead, no matter at what point, you got to be super careful.
Got to be careful, and sometimes you can be so careful that you end up running yourself into an error.
Give him 5 on the carry there, and it'll be 2nd down. They stay on the ground. McCaffrey again. They'll get this down inside the 10 for a pickup of about 3.
Some of the most unselfish players on any football team, defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
20.
2. Newton. That's complete. Bernard. And he will take it across for a Panthers touchdown. Giovanni Bernard. His 4th touchdown on the year. And the Panthers are once again going to retake the lead. Extra point try good by Godot. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. This fielded a few yards into the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line.
The Falcons take over 1st and 10 at their own 23-yard line.
The Atlanta offense out there for their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the ending, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part 2, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
7 yards on the play, and it'll be 2nd down.
Watch the shift.
Wait. Got it. Check 50.
Ryan. He completes it to Jones. And he'll be brought down right around the 37. 7 yards there and a 1st down.
An ex-teammate used to tell me all the time, I hate experienced quarterbacks because no matter what, you really can't hide what you're doing. And I think that right there, he knew right away where the blitz was coming from, where his primary guy was going to be, and he ended up going to a secondary target for a nice game.
I was just going to ask you, that wasn't the primary target. He's so good at that, isn't he?
I think he knew right away that he wasn't going to get to his primary guy. I think he read that as soon as he got to the line of scrimmage, knew where the pressure was going to come from, and said, I know how to beat that, and that's what he did.
11.
Now the Falcons going to use one of their timeouts. It's just their first. They'll be down to 2 remaining as we step aside here in the 4th quarter.
Let's pin the mirrors back and go full strength.
Check.
Hey, Tuesday.
43's the mic.
Got it.
3's the mic. Hey, let's get that ball, D. Let's get that ball. Check. Crunch.
51.
From the gun, it's Ryan. And that's complete. It's Green here. 17 yards and a 1st down for Atlanta. Tell you what, he's been able to put the ball in some tight spots all game long. That throw, no different.
Yeah, a lot of people would call it a gutsy type of a throw. I think he looks at it as, I can do it, so it's not that big of a deal to me, and I'm going to keep firing.
39.
43's the mic.
On 1st and 10, it's Ryan. He's got Freeman here. It's complete. And he'll go out of bounds after taking it a little further down inside the 40. Call it a pickup of 7, and that'll make it 2nd down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Watch the twist. Watch the ship. Hey, watch the ship. Mike's 5'9".
Hey, White.
What we got?
Now Ryan going to give it to Freeman. And for a 2nd straight play, just nowhere to go thanks to this Carolina defense. It'll be a loss of 1, and that's going to lead to a 3rd down.
Hey, 59, ready.
Mike, check.
The 61, matchbox lights. 22.
31.
Now it's Ryan. And unable to connect. Incomplete. Now give them credit. They took their shot, but it's going to bring up 4th down. Well, the other day they told us when we've got 3rd and 5 or less, we have to be able to convert. And I guess every team would say that, Charles, but an opportunity missed there.
What they were trying to tell us is they believe it's a matchup game at that point, and they liked some matchups that they had, thought they could exploit them, unable to do so on that play.
39.
They're going on 4th down. It's Ryan. It's caught. Jones. A big pickup there. yards as they convert on fourth. Ryan in the offense with a 1st and 10. And he's 5 for 6 now throwing the ball on this drive.
Check, check. 6-6, pull it high.
Now a give right side. It's Green. And just a couple yards there down to the 17. A minimal gain there on the 8th play of the drive.
Whenever we talk about the best strong safeties, one word constantly comes up, and that's instinct. Being able to diagnose run or pass and make the appropriate moves.
He crashed down hard there. He was ready for that running play. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a one-score game.
Y'all playing the wrong football.
So it's Falcon football as we welcome you back. They come up on a 2nd down now in a game that looks like it's going to go down to the wire.
43 is the mic. Switch up, switch up. 43 is the mic. 43 is the mic. You can't block me. You can't block me.
Check, check. Check, check. Fight. Fight.
From the 17, Ryan. Throwing right, and that's complete. The reception good for 7. It's 3rd down.
It drives some people crazy to see those short throws underneath. They've got to find a way to gash the defense downfield.
9th play coming up here on this drive. This is 3rd and a yard. Here's Ryan. And he's got his star receiver. It's Jones for the Falcon touchdown. Julio Jones hitting double digits with his 10th touchdown of the season as his guys have taken the lead here in the final 2 minutes. Extra point up and good by Tavecchio. On the NFL scoreboard, they've gone to the 4th in Cincinnati. And you saw the score at the bottom of your screen a moment ago. We got a good one going on there. If they hang on, that would up their win total to 5 on the season so far. And he'll get it up past the 20 to the 22-yard line. The Panthers out there and ready to begin their next drive. They're only in need of a field goal, a decent amount of time on the clock. So tell me if I'm wrong. You don't have to be too panicked here.
No, not at all. I agree with you. And this is where your preparation and your confidence comes into play. They've worked on these situations.
They practice this all the time.
They practice it all the time. They know what they want to get done. And in a lot of cases, the great competitors, they love this situation. They think they can go ahead and get it done.
They practiced it. We'll see a practice. And, a crusher there as it's intercepted. Picked up by Keanu Neal. Thomas, the intended target.
And that one? Oh, it's going to hurt big time. You're in the 2-minute drill trying to get your guys down the field, and it's looking like they're going to go up just short, as this is definitely not his best throw, and it'll wind up being intercepted.
The drive will start with a carry by Devontae Freeman. This will be a short gain of 3 before he's brought down at the 22. Now the Panthers going to use the first of their timeouts as they get the stoppage with a little over 50 seconds left to go in the game. Have to imagine this will be on the ground as well as they come up 2nd and 7. And now a 10th carry for Freeman. The Panthers going to use the second of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 45 seconds left to go in the game. Charles, why didn't they just take the knee there?
You're asking the question that I'm asking as well, because we've seen a lot of football where coaches decide maybe they get a little greedy. I don't know if they're doing it for stats or for what reason. We've seen it happen in college, and how about in the NFL? The miracle of the Meadowlands. All they had to do was take a knee, and the game was over. The Giants ran it one more time, ball popped free. Philadelphia picks it up and wins the game.
What year was that?
1978. I think it was in November.
15 yards, first down, Atlanta.
First and 10 at the 40-yard line.
On the heels of that good carry by Devontae Freeman, here's 1st and 10. The Falcons in victory formation as they take a knee. So time runs out. It's a victory for the Atlanta Falcons. And it wasn't really always pretty. They had their bumps and bruises. Really, both sides did. But they did what they needed to do at home to get the win.
Yeah, they really had to grind this one out, didn't they? Because nothing came easy. Every snap was a major league brawl. They had to win at the line of scrimmage, win downfield. They got all those things accomplished. But to win a close one like this, you know, every team wants to be physical. We've heard that a million times, right? But those who are mentally tough, those are the teams that you have to deal with in the playoffs. This was that type of a game.
So for Atlanta, the win gets them a step closer to 500 at 5-6. And they will hit the road next week to take on the Minnesota Vikings. Meanwhile, for the Panthers, it's a loss that could hurt them come playoff seeding time as they drop to 8-3.